Are project managers in an agile environment useful? Let's find out in this video. First, I'll be blunt. Someone doing the traditional role of a project manager in an agile environment is not only useless, but also dangerous for the team, for the project, and for the organization. But still, I've rarely seen a traditional or agile software development environment without project managers. Project managers are extremely popular, and I believe it's because of one main big reason. You see, when doing a change from, let's say, traditional project management, let's call it waterfall, to agile, when the company decides to go into their journey towards agility and agile transformation, this not only requires alignment, but a deep, pervasive change. If that's not understood, and many companies don't understand that, if that's not understood, companies will try to align their current structure, hierarchical structure, their current way of running projects, their current roles in the company to Scrum, to Kanban, to Agile frameworks. Instead of really changing the structure, changing the mindset, we are only aligning what we do to the Scrum framework, taking project managers and turning them into product owners, into Scrum masters, and nothing really changes. We end up doing waterfall in sprints. Very little changes in the company, and one clear example of that is when I see in an agile environment an agile project manager. It's a clear example of that. But let's quickly go through some reasons why the project manager is so popular in an agile environment. The first reason is them being an intermediary between the customers, stakeholders, upper management, managers, and the team. They report statuses, they show the roadmap, the timelines, estimations, they get feedback from customers. But why? Why does the team need that? Why does the team need someone else to report status to stakeholders, to managers, to the customer? Why? Why can't the team report this information, show this information? The team doesn't need someone else to report statuses, to show the roadmap. It's their roadmap. They can talk with the stakeholders. And it's even worse when the project manager makes commitments on behalf of the team. Even though the team did the estimation, the project manager is saying, okay, we will meet this deadline, we will meet this timeline. Let the team do it. There's no use for a project manager in this kind of environment. Second, the resource coordinator. Here to ensure that people are working, people meeting the deadlines, people meeting the timelines, pressuring the team. Really? We are supposed to be self-managed, right? Self-organized, right? In an agile environment. My understanding is that the project manager is not part of the team. So who gives this person control on the team, deciding who does what, who is working, who is lazy? Now, it's inefficient. Let the team be self-managed. Let the team be self-organized. The third reason is the what went wrong tracker. As the project managers are showing the timeline, showing the roadmap, showing the planning, they are also reporting delays, not being able to meet the deadline. So they also need to report what went wrong. Not only for one team, but many teams. They gather all the information, try to do root cause analysis, check with the team, why are we late? Why are we not going faster? And for me, that's perfect. That's perfect, but the project manager does that. Takes their time to do that instead of a team. I feel that's a valid reason for you to have a project manager if you are in this kind of environment. Because doing this job is a total waste for the team. It's a waste doing long-term planning because we already know that we won't be able to meet the dates. We can't predict the future 6 months down the line. And if we are in an environment where we need to do long-term planning, which is already an entire pattern, we need someone to explain why we won't be able to meet the date, which you will not be able to meet the deadline. So let someone else do it. Instead of wasting time of a team, let someone else create this entire pattern and handle the entire pattern themselves without really disturbing the team. Now, what does the Agile Manifesto, the 12 principles, the 4 values say about the role of a project manager? Nothing really. The closest thing we have is principle number 5 and principle number 11. Principle number 5, build projects around motivated individuals. Give them the environment and support they need and trust to get the job done. Build projects around motivated individuals. Give them the environment. Trust them. Do you think that it's valid to have a project manager oversee what they do and report the roadmap to other people? No, you're not trusting the team. You're not building projects around motivated people. Principle 11. The best architectures, requirements, and designs emerge from self-organizing teams. Self-organizing teams, self-managed teams. Let the team be self-managed. You don't need someone else to do the job of a team, except if it's a total waste of time. Then you let the project manager do it. And what does Scrum, the Scrum framework, the Scrum guide, the latest version of the Scrum guide say about the project manager role? Again, nothing really. The idea of someone tracking the progress of a project, timeline, roadmap, asking for estimation, reporting that to stakeholders, customers, that goes against the Scrum framework. All these activities are important, yeah, and these activities are done by the team, by developers in the team, by a Scrum Master in the team, or a product owner in the team. We don't need someone else outside the team doing these activities. The team is self-managed, the team is self-organized, they can do that themselves. So it seems that with all the data that I've presented, a project manager or project managers in an agile environment, useless and even dangerous. But look around in your organization. If you're using agility, there's project managers, right? Look at your colleagues. Look at other companies. Extremely popular project managers in an agile environment. Why is that? Short answer, control. When most companies go through agile transformations, the focus is on the team. Not managers, not upper management. The focus is really optimize the team, making them more efficient, making them more effective. Ignore management, agile for the teams. And in this kind of environment, it would make sense that the team still needs to abide to traditional management approaches. Management as their mindset hasn't changed because we never worked with them. The Scrum Masters, the Agile coaches never worked with them. We focus on the teams. So we still expect long-term planning, deadlines, ensuring that the team is efficient, cutting costs. And we still need someone like a project manager to report the timelines, all the traditional metrics that are important instead of satisfying the customer that they ignore all the other metrics that really show efficiency. They need someone to report all these metrics, and they don't really trust the teams because that's the way we were working 30 years ago. We want to ensure that the team is not lazy. We want to ensure that the team is efficient, and it makes sense that someone does this job, controls what the team does. And the cool part is that they have a single throat to choke if something goes wrong. So the team is self-managed, right? If you're using Scrum, even if you're not using Scrum, the team should be self-organized. So if something goes wrong, who do you blame in the team? It's really hard to blame someone in an agile environment for an agile team because everyone is responsible of bringing value, delivering value to the customer. But when you have a project manager, you have a single throat to choke. It just makes sense that someone, a single person, has control on the roadmap, on the timelines, on the team also. The idea of self-management, managers, upper management, they don't really get it if we don't coach them to get it. And many companies, they don't even do that. So the idea of self-management never sticks to them. And that's why they don't trust the teams. A clear example of that is telling the team to do long-term planning. But I can't do long-term planning because I don't even know what we are building. No worries. Do a high-level estimation, high-level plan. And then upper management takes this high-level plan as commitment and punishes the team if they don't meet the deadline, the high-level estimated deadline. Don't underestimate that. Someone who hasn't got an agile mindset or doesn't understand self-management or how products are built, it makes total sense for them to have a single throat to choke, a project manager that oversees the project. It makes total sense for them. Don't underestimate that. And for me, that's why. That's the number one reason why we still have project managers in an agile environment. Because there are so many anti-patterns, and the project manager, the king or the queen of these anti-patterns, ensuring that we keep doing these anti-patterns to meet the requirements of upper management. If you want more tips, insights on Agile, Scrum, personal growth, click on the video that stands out the most on the screen right now, and I'll see you in a few seconds.